Very special Costa personality with me now. Rachel from the Black Rabbit.
Well, hello.
How are you?
Not too bad at all. Thank you for having me on.
The shop, I've got to say. It's very holistic and it's very new age. So I know you're from Ireland. Give me a little brief rundown as to what's brought you to Spain and what your background was in Ireland.
Well, the background was property in Ireland, so that's what brought me here, lack of property in Ireland. It was basically just the property collapse. We had our own business over there, myself and Stuart, and we did fit outs, renovations on interior design, that kind of thing. We also did snagging on sites and that, so we dealt a lot with the property boom in Ireland. And when it ceased, we were left with no jobs. So it was basically, unfortunately in Ireland, you can't really switch professions. You can't say, well, I'm going to do something else. You're kind of, once you're trained to do something, which I was, that
you're
was
a real bona fide estate agent.
Yeah, you're one of the few. One of the few actually has a qualification, for all it's worth now. And then Stuart, my partner, who was electrical engineer. So when that collapsed, that was it. There was nothing we could do, nothing else. But unfortunately, as I said, that's the way it is in Ireland.
So did you sort of take a re-evaluation of life?
We didn't really get a chance. Very quickly, we got news that Stuart's parents were in a motorbike accident in Italy. So the decision was made for us. We were kind of toying with the idea we'll go to Spain, we'll do this and we'll do that. And we were trying to gather some money up to come over. And ended up having to go to Italy for 2 weeks basically to bring his mother back. He lost his father in the accident, so we had to come back to the UK. So we spent 5 months in the UK nursing her back to health. Mm-hmm. So we thought maybe we'd try it in the UK, but again, if it's very difficult in the UK because obviously with no certified estate agents in the UK, my wages would have been so much lower and everything. So it was just kind of, we felt we would have been really disadvantaged starting out. So it was basically Christmas last year when my daughter gave me the book, The Secret. My son actually passed the book on to us and said, you've got to read this book. I've just read it. You have to get it. You have to get it. So we went out and bought a copy each in Waterstones and swapped it over basically. And I gave her hers and she gave her mine. And it was just through reading that I just decided, right, okay, I'm going to sit down and really think about what we want to do. And I sat down and kind of wrote it on the front page of the book and decided I was coming to Spain. I gave the deadline of the 30th of January to get to Spain. We got here on the 2nd of February. So it was just basically, we're going, come on. And we arrived down here with €400 in our pocket and a half a tank of petrol. That was going to do us for the next year. So it was...
And then you decided to open the shop?
Yeah, well, that was in our heads, all right, definitely. And obviously it wasn't just that easy. I mean, Stuart had to go back to the UK. He got a 4-month contract back in the UK over the summer this year. So last year. So he did that. He went back and did the 4 months. So that enabled us to open the shop.
And how do you find it running a business in Spain?
I found it easy, but then again, maybe it's sounding very arrogant, but I chose to make it easy. Because the way I went at it was with the law of attraction in my head. And it's going to be easy. I'm not going to have problems and it's going to happen.
Because a lot of people do find it quite difficult on the Costa Blanca.
It's as difficult as you make it. that's about it. I suppose probably as well it is an Irish trait to find the way around the problem. And the law of attraction is probably the simplest way around the problem. Not to give yourself the problem in the first place. I think just to plough ahead. I think that's where...
Don't take no for an answer.
Exactly, yeah. I don't expect no. Just expect yes answers everywhere and green lights everywhere and that's it.
I'm not sure if the Spanish are ready for you.
I don't know. Probably not. I think that's probably what it is. That's why when I come into official establishments, they just give me the paperwork really quickly.
So how do you feel you've adapted to life on the Costa Blanca?
I love it. I mean, it's a very similar pace of life to Ireland anyway. So it's much more it's much more, I suppose, closer to my own culture. The slower pace of life and the family orientated way of life as well. And I love the weather, of course. It's really nice to be able to go out in November and you can actually walk around in a t-shirt and so it's Ireland rain and more rain pretty much like the UK. Mm-hmm. So you do get a bit sick of it. So yeah, and I've really adjusted to it and people are much happier down here. So generally we find they're much happier when they come into the shop. They're much happier, and it's just nicer to have more positivity around you.
So you feel that your life has actually changed for the better being over
Oh
here?
yeah, absolutely. God, we couldn't have gotten this in Ireland, no.
Would you go back to Ireland?
No.
Okay.
Short answer.
And I'm asking quite a few people on this. There's a lot of presenters talking to different personalities over here. But what 3 items would you take to a desert island?
Ooh, to a desert island. I think probably, I know I'm tempted to say.
Careful on the answer.
Johnny Depp. No, I suppose I'd have to take, items or people.
Whatever you choose.
Oh, it's got that's really put me in a position because 2 of them are wasted now. I have to take my daughter and my other half, so I'm left with mascara after that, love. That's about it. So mascara and the 2 of them.
Now, I also hear that you do practice witchcraft.
Yes.
Is that a big part of your life and your religion?
Yeah, well, naturally it's becoming a lot more of a part of my life now with the shop because we have time to do it, and the nature of the shop. We sell everything from angel cards, tarot cards. The witchcraft is a huge seller in it. We've books, we've meditation CDs, Buddhism, everything like that. So, I mean, while there's lots of different aspects of spirituality in the shop, it obviously does give me the time to indulge a bit more, where as an estate agent you were closeted and you just didn't say anything and just got on with your life, and you didn't have time to devote to it at all, you know.
So shall we, after this, shall we make a spell up so that everybody on the Costa Blancas is happy as you are?
Okay. I think that's called vodka. That's all that needs.
Don't forget to add the tonic. Rachel, it's been a pleasure to meet you. Thank you very much.
You too. Thanks a million. Thank you.